Good afternoon, distinguished guests, respected members of Tatweer Iraq platform and universities, colleagues and friends. Welcome to you all to a new international webinar organized by Tatweer Iraq platform. I'm Dr. Ahmed Alamar, the director of Tatweer Iraq platform, and I'm also a lecturer at the College of Medicine, University of Babylon, Iraq. I will be moderating this session, and we will have a link for the certificate and for the registration. I will send it to you at the end of the webinar through the chat box. And also, we will have a question session at the end of the webinar. Then, if you have any question, please write it down, and you can post it through the chat box at the end of the webinar. Throughout the webinar, if you have any technical problems in voice or in receiving the image of the slides, please feel free to write in the chat box, and we will try to answer you. Let me welcome our eminent speaker, Professor Dr. Atul, who is a freelancer consultant and a former director at the CSK HP Agricultural University, India. He will be talking today about the online education and e-learning tools and techniques. We are very grateful for Professor Dr. Atul for his valuable time and for sharing his rich knowledge and experience with us. Let me introduce you to Professor Dr. Atul, who is an example of a humble top speaker. So Professor Dr. Atul is a freelancer consultant and a former director and professor at CSK HP Agricultural University, Bangladesh, India. He has worked at various positions at the university, HOD, OSD, to Vice Chancellor and statutory positions. Besides having vast experience in administration, teaching, research, and extension, Professor Atul had a special edge in resource generation, planning, management, monitoring, and evaluation of various national and international programs and projects. Thinking out of the box and leading from the front are special characteristics of his personality. Professor Atul has been a sincere, strict, disciplined, and dedicated worker, known for his innovative ideas. He is also a first scientist of the university who has designed and developed a first national level mobile application for scientific monitoring. I think his application is available on Google Play Store. Professor Atul has been instrumental in generating resources and bringing funds to the institution in the form of ad hoc research and extension projects and consultancies. He has visited and presented lectures in many countries, including US, Canada, Australia, France, Finland, Korea, and Malaysia. And today he is presenting a webinar on Tatweer Iraq platform for Iraqi and Arabic attendees from various universities and institutions. Very warm welcome to Professor Dr. Atul. And now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Atul to present his talk and sharing his slides with us. So, Dr. Atul, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. I'm going to start now my presentation.
Yeah, sure. If you could just share your slides.
I will just confirm once that whether my screen is available.
Yeah, your screen is available now, Professor Atul.
Okay, now I have taken off your screen so that the whole screen is available to all the audience. So, my dear friends, thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed, for making me talk to various Iraq people, especially teachers, students, and other friends. and it is my real pleasure of talking to you today on online education and e-learning tools and techniques. And when Dr. Ahmed contacted me for this particular talk, I was really surprised that a person from Iraq is so agile and alert that he could catch me through the YouTube channel and then requested me for the same, and today we are here. Without wasting much of the time, thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed, for inviting me as well as giving a brief introduction. So my dear friends, nowadays online education and e-learning is talk of the town everywhere all over the world. But we all are not sure and not expert in most of the technologies, and many times most of the audience or the people, especially in teaching, are not very comfortable with online education. But today I am going to make this as easy as possible, and whatever I have learned during all these 35 years of experience in teaching, research and extension education, and various tools which we have been using right way back around 20 years or so. So I'll be sharing those with you. So first of all, let me tell you, whenever you are talking anything about the IT or education or any presentation, please always use this kind of handle where it is said that information, media, material, etc. of various forums, individuals, companies available in public domain and used in the present is tactfully acknowledged. Because this is very necessary whenever we are giving any scientific presentation also, because nowadays international community as well as your local community people are getting very well aware about their rights of the copyrights as well as of the IT Act rules. So by doing so, you have acknowledged, and now we are going to talk to you about various things. And the very first is whether we are talking about education, maybe online or e-learning, or we are talking about skill. Because all over world now education and skill is a talk of the World Economic Forum. Why? Because we want to build future-ready and pandemic-proof society of teachers, students, and our end users. And it is very important that an unprecedented time in education demands an unprecedented change. So we all have to start working for the change in our various activities like teaching activities, and students have to work for the change in how they are going to receive that information and exchange that with their teachers. And then the teacher motivation is very vital, because once the teacher himself is motivated and comfortable and ready to learn, then he can definitely tell how he has learned and shared with his students. Basically, what is online learning? What is it and how does it work? When I was discussing the topic with Dr. Ahmed, these are the few things which he suggested me that I should cover. And this presentation is also available on the website so that you can see it, various links which I will not be explaining, keeping in with the time limit we have. But what is online learning? If you want to learn it only with one word, online learning takes place only with the internet. If you don't have internet, this online functioning cannot work. So basically, the kind of learning that takes place via internet is called as online learning. And then what is e-learning? E-learning is using the e-medium. E-medium means electronic medium. Electronic learning with the use of various electronic forms. Then the question comes, what is electronic form? We are used to having paperwork, paper writing, writing on the paper, writing on the board, and also using hard books and reading those books. But now when they are transformed into electronic medium digitally. That is another name to the e-learning is digital learning. And what is digital learning? And e-learning is from electronic medium or electronic learning. And digital learning is when all our those papers, books, our presentation medium is converted into digital form. And what are digital form? A digital form is, since all of you are now using computers, mobiles, laptops and tablets, that anything which is converted into binary digits. Binary digits means 0 and 1. Not from 0 to 9, not having any alphabets. So this is the language which the electronic people or IT people are using to frame their softwares of presenting all those things which are hard, or it is called as the other medium into electronic form is called as e-learning or digital learning. Online learning gives a lot of opportunities to us, and we generally feel that online learning is a new concept and may not be so popular. But my dear friends, the fact and figures about online learning shows that 6 million students are currently in online courses. What are the courses you are being taught in your colleges? Different disciplines, they are different, but there are around 6 million students already on online courses, which is part of their higher education. There is a study in US which even tells that every higher education student is offering form for one or other online course so to strengthen itself. And half of those students enrolled in online courses are educated exclusively through distance education. They have been already doing it. And 85% of students think that online learning is same or better than the traditional. This is a recent study done by Purdue University in USA, which gives this figure. Then there is a positive effect and a negative effect of learning online. And the positive effect, let me start with that it is flexible in taking classes. Your lecture, like this lecture, is also going to be available online. You can see it anytime whenever you feel like the recording. And become responsible of their own education. It is not that you go to the school and teacher is only responsible for it, but in online learning, it is the student is also becoming more responsible because his own things are dependent on that. And it is easy and convenient. Easy and convenient means you can have it in any language, in any medium, in any vocabulary. So it is, and even when you want to submit your assignment, you can submit it in any language you want, and the same can be converted into the language the teacher understands. And it is to the voice their own opinion. In our traditional system of education, can a student tell that I don't understand what the teacher is saying? Can he give a comment which is going to be public? No. But in online learning, you can give a soft communication to your teacher that you are unable to understand. And I will give you one hint to the teacher and also to the students. Never say that you do not understand. Many times we use this phrase that I am telling you but you don't understand. Please never use that. Always say that I think I am unable to explain it clearly. That is a humble way of saying by the teacher as well as by the student. And then there is no commuting. You don't have to go to any college or any distance place to learn any education which is online. Even nowadays, you can have online courses from Iraq to India, Iraq to US, Iraq to Australia, any country which is offering these courses, you can have it online. But the negative is we miss face-to-face communication. Even now I am talking to you and I am talking to the laptop or the camera, but my audience is not there and audience is just listening. So we are missing the face-to-face interaction to see your face reaction for that, like are you nodding it or are you not nodding it, or what are your body language, that we are missing. And we prefer to attend traditional classes with the instructor who teaches and guides them through the course. Here you have got not that kind of interaction, so we miss that kind of interaction very well, and access to the necessary technology is a new challenge. Many times we are not very comfortable with the laptops or the computers or the mobiles, and especially the people who are old teachers, they cannot do it very fast on the laptop or computers as our students are now. But that is a big negative effect of this online teaching. And most important is some administrators and instructors who do not understand the workload may display a negative attitude. So the most important is your attitude, how you take it and how you want to change this and work with the online way of doing it. So let me give you a quote. Nothing binds you except your thoughts, nothing limits you except your fear, and nothing controls you except your beliefs. Everything is within you. If you want to learn, you want to accept the challenge of this new way of teaching, research, extension, and sharing information, you will be able to do that. Even this is the status of most of us nowadays, irrespective of the student, teacher, or the society, or the hospitals, or any place we are visiting, that we are in the COVID-19 epidemic period. But let's see that is there any growth of digital technology? Everywhere you find that things are going down. But let me share that digital technology is the only tool we can talk to each other. And you will be happy to note that around 50% FaceTime has got the popular digital technology video conferencing growth in this period of COVID-19. Whereas if you are using Zoom, WhatsApp, Google Chats, Google Hangout, Microsoft Teams, other mediums of interacting with each other, 50% growth has been more in this. And why Apple? Because that is secured. Apple is iPhones, tablets, which is being used with the clubbing of hardware and software, so it is very, very secured. Whereas other mediums of them, you find there are primarily three players in this digital technology, IT technology, or online functioning. They are either Apple, Zoom, Microsoft, or Google. So my dear friends, these three people are the leaders in digital technology. I don't say that others are not. They are also, but maximum role played by these three units. What are the reasons, especially 5 reasons why online learning is the future of education? We have to go with the COVID-19 kind of situation of distance learning, and we want to continue with our education system, our interaction system, our sharing of information system. Then the 5 components are: first, flexible, and then is wide selection. It is not only that a medical scientist person is going to only talk about the biological science. He cannot learn about anything about computers or anything about IT or anything about engineering components. The wide selection is there. And then is accessibility. Everybody can go to the Google and put a question, and we are lucky that we will get one or the other answer for that. And then is customize. Customize means in any language, in any way you can ask. Even if you don't want to type, you can speak, and then the answer is going to be there in the words or in the writing. Then is cost effective. Why cost effective? That I'll be talking to you. Then the traditional systems. In traditional system, you have to go to the school, spend something on the coming and going, that is transportation, as well as for your fees, as well as for your dress. But here, when you are sitting at your home, all these expenses are very, very minimum, and the only expenses of internet. And I will be sharing with you how the internet charges are going down, and you will be surprised to know that even for 1 rupee of India, that you can definitely convert into that. So that is the only price which we have to pay for the internet services, because they are becoming very, very cheap and can be used. But you all must be interested in knowing the status of this digitization and the consumer and the global status and of your country, Iraq. I'll be sharing that with you. This is the last month, October 2020 digital status of how many people around the world use the internet, social media, mobile devices, and are using this e-commerce medium and online functioning. And this 2020 global says that we have 7.81 billion people. See, mobile users are 67%, that is 5.20. You can very well say that out of 10, around 7 persons are using mobile, and around 5 persons or 6 persons are using internet. So this is talk of the thing nowadays. It is nothing new. And also, if you want to see the growth of population, our population growth is 1%, whereas mobile phone users growth is 2%, and internet user is 8% growth. It is only 1 year growth. You can just see it with this data. And then using of internet, how many hours you are on internet. In this particular year, maybe because of COVID, now we are using around 7 hours we are using the internet. That internet does not mean that you are doing surfing on the Google or that. Even you are using your mobile, that is also taken into account, using your chat. And even your social media, it is 3 hours, less than 3 hours, whereas you are watching TV for more than 3.5 hours. This tells us how we are using this medium. And what are the global number of internet users? That is 4.6 billion. And internet users, percentage-wise, 60% people are using internet globally. This is the global average. And when you want to check that what is the number of mobile internet users, can you just see it is 91% are using internet. And the smartphones, 90 means approximately 9 out of 10 people are using this internet globally. And what about the global share of the traffic? Whether we are using Explorer, Microsoft Explorer or no, you will be surprised to know that around 66% or more than 66% is the Google Chrome. That is the traffic they are taking. Rest are quite less. And then comes online content activity. Which is the content which we are using more? That is the online videos. Maybe you are watching online picture, movie, or you are watching this YouTubes. So maximum is 90%. So anybody who wish to use these kind of tools now must have this in mind, that our society all over the world is 90% pro to the video conferencing kind of things which we are even using today. And as far as the word platform used, 92% is for emails, and then around 80% for messaging, and for collaboration 70%, or video conferencing or video calls is also 70%. So we are in the global form are quite comfortable now. As far as the age, who are working or using emails, you will be surprised to know that the young people from 16 to 24 years age, female are using more till 24, and then later on men takes over after 25 to 44, but the percentage is definitely more than 90%. But for the old people like us, we are less than 90%, and quite old people like me are around 80% using this email feature. Then most visited website, we all know it has to be google.com. But the time is 35 minutes and 16 seconds per user is taking on YouTube. But when we talk about which is the website which is being mostly used, that is google.com. Even your Amazon, Yahoo, Twitter, they have got very less rating as far as the world most visited site is concerned. Then most used social platform is Facebook, then the YouTube, then the WhatsApp. Everybody feels that WhatsApp is everybody using, but my dear friends, no. Facebook is being used as the most easily usable and affordable social platform. And then the web traffic. Which kind of mobile we are working on? Like when we were to make the mobile application, which is generally called as mobile apps, we were to find out which one. Here you can say Android. Android devices are around 75%, whereas iPhones and other kind are less than that. So this is the global status. Would you like to know the status in Iraq? Let me share that with you. That is also Digital 2020. My dear friends, you are 39.77 million and urbanization is 70%. Mobile phones are 103%. That is, you will hardly find anyone, whereas in the world it was around 60. And in Iraq, compliments to you that everyone is having a mobile. And even you are having more than one mobile. Internet user penetration is 75% and social is more than 50%. Compliments. And then growth indicators in terms of population, you find again it is more than 2.6% mobile phone connections in 1 year from January 20 to January 20, from 2019 to 2022. And internet users, 55% more have been done in this year. Mobile phones in 1 year, share of web traffic is more in mobile than in desktop and laptops. It means if at all we would like to have any scenario for our new courses online, number one is you have to go for mobiles, you have to go for Android device, and all your teaching should be compatible with your mobiles. No doubt, anything which is compatible with mobile can easily be used on the laptop or on the desktops. And what is the web traffic? 83%. And web traffic originated with the Apple is only 16%. So it means Android, which I just talked to you, is really there. So the digitization status is very encouraging. Rather, I should have used very, very encouraging in comparison to other developing countries or underdeveloped countries. Now let me talk to you about our experience with the tools and present and past, and also little bit how we can use it and how we learned it. Because when I was talking to Dr. Ahmed, he said, why don't you share with us what are the tips and tricks you have used? Because I am not an IT person. So I'll be talking to you as an ordinary person who has learned all these techniques himself, and if I can learn, definitely you all can, because you all are already into this age. We were very comfortable nowadays with the emails and with the WhatsApp. We cannot find ourselves in this, but even not knowing that it is going to be COVID. When I was working in the university, everybody used to say you are more concerned about and more working on these kind of things. But now everybody give me a feedback that you were right. You were going at least 5 years ahead of us that using these tools. And if I talk to you that are you comfortable with Office, you always say yes, there's nothing new. We are comfortable with Word, Excel, PowerPoint. But my dear friends, are you using all the features? Like in Office, have you ever used the Publisher, Access, OneNote? We will not. Because whenever you have to publish any of your pamphlets or your thesis or your report, you have to go to the publisher, and whatever you have written on your laptop or your computer or on your file, you are very comfortable with the word file. So you take it to the person for publishing. But my dear friends, no, even you can use these tools which are available for publisher. You need not to take it to the publisher and then again he types it, or he takes it and then make some errors which we sometimes ignore, and then later on that gives it a bad feeling that our things are not so good. But in 2017 was the first app which was designed by a non-IT person. And I'm lucky that I was the one with my team of friends which we did it. And all of them were non-ITians. And now we have Coder Network app, HPCDP, JICA, Japan International app, and even now, after my retirement in 2018, I have my own consultancy app. And whenever you talk to your teachers or other people, they always say, sell yourself. But how? How can you sell yourself? Before I come over to how you can sell yourself, let me also share with you, are we using Word, everything? Because if you are very, very well comfortable and you are using all the features of Word, then your indexing work, your formatting work is very easy. I give you an example that when I was quite young, my vice chancellor gave me a report to prepare, which I did it in 3 or 4 days. And when I came to him, he was busy, but he never wanted to tell me that, okay, you come later on. So he said, Atul, why don't you make these headings like this and the text like this and the subheadings like with different color and subheading like different colors? I said, okay, sir, I will do it. I went outside on the laptop and within 2 minutes I came back. I said, I have done it, sir. He was surprised that how in 2 minutes I have reformatted my complete document, which is around of 80 pages. It is with the help of this tool that is called as Style. Very, very less people are using this tool. Otherwise, if you use this tool, your reports, your things, your thesis are going to be done in 1 second. 1 second is even more. Just you click and format and a whole of your document is formatted like that. So this is one tool which most of us are not using. So I request you to kindly try this feature and all your documents are going to be really looking wonderful. And then what about this? We say, yes, Excel. We have been using Excel for our data management, for statistics management, and even making graphs. But my dear friends, have you ever used this pivot table? I know many of you will say no. You are using these graphs. Have you ever used this pivot chart? No. It means you are just putting more efforts, more time, more energy in data management than the tools which is already having. Please do try this pivot table and pivot charts, and once you are used to it, you will be saying that, wow, I was really missing that. And if you do that, I will tell you how and what things we can do it very easily. Before I go to that, let me tell you how to sell yourself. The thing is that all of you are going to go to this kind of feature. Earlier, if anybody who is not having an email nowadays is considered as primitive, and the next generation is websites. So whenever you get time, try to learn it. There are very, very easy tools available now with which you can design your own web page the way you want. Why I am mentioning it this today, that if at all you are unable to see the slides carefully, this presentation which I am making to you is already on this web page, which is having all these links available there. So if at all ever you wish to go back and see this, you can go to the website, click and see the presentation, which is going to stay there for a quite good amount of time. So this way, with your mobile apps, you can communicate faster with your mobiles, as well as those websites which are comfortable with your mobiles, that will give you an edge. Like Dr. Ahmed could contact me through the YouTube channel as well as then to the website, so we can communicate with each other. The barrier of the nation is taken off with these tools. So you can definitely go forward now learning these tools also. Then let me share how we are using these backup tools. My dear friends, you have to master the Word, Excel, PowerPoint. This is the key of selling yourself, because these are the basic tools which are not going to change at all. Maybe our IT friends are talking about coding, and they are saying that in coding we can do it easily. But I can tell you, my dear friends, these tools have got other embedded features. If we use them, our problem of the dependence on IT backup support is not that much. Even, can you imagine how I made this kind of project monitoring and evaluation? Because on the remote stage, all this is done in Excel. Isn't it surprising? You all can use this Excel, various tools where you can just click and see the report. You can just see how it is being done. You can know even the complete college report is available there. Then what is the progress? How much you have achieved? How much is balance? Finance, technical work, administrative work, teaching work, how much course you have already covered, how much is left. This can also be done with the help of Excel tool. Even in the farm areas, we have prepared this database management tool that is also on the use of Excel. And even the international project, this was the how we can manage our program at the international level. This is the Japan International Cooperation Agency. They wanted to have the monitoring of the project. We could do it in the Excel, and they were very happy. But they only wanted to have an admin kind of login. That how it is going to be secure. That it is not like the Google that anybody can go to the website and see it. Yes, with the admin, your data is very, very secure. Your important things are placed under the admin login area. And my dear friends, that can also be done with the use of Excel tool. Language is no more a barrier. Like most of you were typing in Arabic, which I was looking at the chat, and even it can be converted into English immediately with the help of the translator. So we have overcome this barrier. It was in 2017, it was a new thing and a very tough thing that even the farmers, the poor people who cannot type, who cannot use this mobile keyboard like that. Can you imagine? There is a speech-to-text feature which is already available in your mobile. You just speak on your mobile, it automatically types into that, and you can send and share with this. So dear friends, these tools are very, very useful, which are already available, but we are not using them. Maybe we are not aware. Maybe we are not comfortable. Maybe we are not having so much of hands-on experience that how quickly I can use it. We always have a fear of this online technology working. Like the resources of online learning are ebooks. What is the ebook? This is the book which we have written and converted into the organic certification. Let me show you. You all have, most of you have been using the ebooks, but let me give a feel to the people, those who are not comfortable with this. It is also like a book. Now everybody doesn't want to carry a huge amount of book or heavy kind of book. Everybody can have the book right on his mobile. It is simply, you can read it like this. These are called as ebooks. And when you talk about these ebooks, then comes the e-journals, the videos, recorded lectures, which are now most of you have been using. Like I went to your university website and found that Google Classroom is already existing in your website. It means the recorded lectures are placed on the Google Classrooms, and then this is being disseminated to the students and to the users. So these are various tools: ebooks, journals, videos, quizzes, discussion forums, live question answer sessions can be there. Like it is only the video conference. If it is, we are going to have a small session, even the Zoom, you can have a live question answer session which can be done, and more moderating features which I'll be discussing with you how those communication tools are doing. Nowadays, even the interview sessions are also going online. Most is how we deliver. Create a solid foundation for change and skill you need for the future. My dear friends, using of these tools depends upon how much experience you have got. Once you get a good experience, then it leads to the skill. You can even write in your CV that you have gained a good amount of skill with using all these Word, PowerPoint, Excel. And if a person like me is going to evaluate you, he will only ask you one question: are you using a style sheet? The moment you will say yes, I'll give you an exercise, and if you can do it in 1 second, you are done. And this is the people culture and adoption. COVID-19 has given us that we have to adopt this in terms of if the society is going to work and exist, and our teaching and interaction is to continue. And it has to be team tailored, keeping in your business, and you have to identify who is going to do what. Everybody is not going to be very, very good in speaking. So the speaking skill is also to be learned. You have to have the expert team, but my dear friends, you all can be a part of expert team just if you have a little bit hands-on experience onto that. And the biggest idea which nowadays have been floated is video calls for e-learning and online learning. Video calls can help keep you and your students connected. There is so much you can use them for. Here are some ideas. Instructions, class check-ins, that when the person has checked in, then the presentations, visual field trips, that if you got a recording of the field activities or the class activities or the practical activities, now they come under visual field trips. And that is escape room, where you can escape out of that talking kind of things and find out another kind of medium to be used. Then is teacher talks. Parents check-in is also now available. It is more used in the schools, less in the colleges or in the universities. But my dear friends, with the Google Chat, now this feature is already on. And then the review and interactive slides. What are the essential features of this video conference? My dear friends, you can have many, but 4 are the most essential components which are needed for video conference, that is talking through the video. One is webcam. If you are not having any webcam or the camera on your mobile or your own laptop or your PC, you cannot communicate visually. Then is the microphone. Microphone, it means for talking, audio. And then is internet. When you are going to connect to 2 different places, maybe 1-2 different rooms, you need an internet connection. And also the software or the app. So these are the 4 components, that is video camera, microphone, internet, and software application. Any feature which is you are going to use of any of the agencies you are going to use, which I'll be sharing, they have to have all these components, otherwise that is not the fault of any video conferencing software tool. It is only the medium which we need to have. That's why it is called as equipments, basic equipments required. And any video conferencing technique that has to have a screen sharing, like I'm sharing with you, text chat, conference recording, which our friend Dr. Ahmed is recording now. Then is file storage, that where he is going to store it, and also the mobile app. Then the question comes, when to start using video conference? If you are not using it so frequently, now. But I know that WhatsApp video calls you all have been using with your friends and families, so it is also a video conferencing tool. To use free video conferencing software, I'll be sharing what is the paid and the free tools. Do you need a video conferencing software? My dear friends, all these software are easily installable. Like today we are on the freeconferencecall.com. You all are using free conference call. It has got a lot of advantage, and the biggest advantage is there is no limit of the number of people who can be put on the video conferencing call. But primarily it was used for audio calls. But the feature of video conferencing has been added, and this particular feature is taken up very nicely by the society all over the world. Even their logo says go local and go global. It is free account. You can invite any number of participants and you can have very good conference anywhere with anyone. It is worldwide access, even having mobiles, and have got 24/7 chat and email support. Whereas others, there are more than 30 video conferencing tools. But the only disadvantage with FCC is that the sharing of the audio is fine, but the video sound does not share very well. It needs a high level of internet, high bandwidth, which most of us are facing problem with the bandwidth kind of thing in the internet. But these are various tools which are already available with the software, and how these video conferencing tools are working, let me talk for you. One is Skype. It is in 2003. It is not new. It was in the Sweden which was made. Why I'm sharing? Because nowadays in the international scenario, few countries are banning few things which are not acceptable with the origin from which place. So I'm trying to share with you. Skype is 2013. It is being taken over by the Microsoft team now. And Zoom came in 2013 from California. Google also came in 2013. It is also California. But my dear friends, Zoom is having a problem because the person who is owner is a Chinese. He is Eric Yan, and who is a Chinese, but now an American citizen. So he is getting a lot of problems of making marketing problem in the Zoom. But in the Google in 2017, when we were also doing it, app preparation, we were not knowing that we are also doing that kind of thing, which at the global level is being done. That is by the Google. They launched in 2017, though they were in the market with 2013. There are various pros and cons of using it, and the biggest pros and con is in Skype 250%, Zoom only 40 minutes, and 60 minutes for the Google. There is another one is Uber Conference, Casio WebEx meeting, Ring Central, and the basic consequence is the time limit and the number of users. Where in FCC, the number of users and the time is no limit. Except the sharing of video with the audio is a little bit problem, that too because of the internet. We have got online meetings, and all these is recently by the Zoom, they have made it 24 hours per meeting after September 30. That even 24 hours meeting you can organize. And this interface with the Google Meet, these are various kind of things which they have added a new component, because it is the IT marketing, that how it is going to be so useful for the audience or the user that they can easily do it. Even the Zoom, they have got these kind of features, whereas FC, the features are little limited. My dear friends, Google has given a free Google Suite for education. That is, even you can make your websites free, like I have done. It is with the use of G Suite for the teachers, institutions who are working on the teaching, as well as for the student. You can have a G Suite for your complete institution, which is free of cost. You have to just get it registered with Google, and they will provide you with all the facility. Like though my friends who are working in the healthcare, they also have got G Suite facility, which is truer. And also those who are working as a non-profit organization, like a freelancer like me, that is also free service which is available. We are many a times using the terms very loosely. That is meeting, webinar, and conference. These three are all together three different features. My dear friend, if you want to see the video, what is the difference? Go to my website and then you can click and see the difference. But for our knowledge sake, meeting is one person with around 100 to 200 participants. Webinar is that there are going to be 4 to 5 panel of experts which are going to sit there, and one of them can be declared as a main host and others can be declared as a co-host, like Dr. Ahmed has made me as a co-host. So that is the feature with the webinar. In conference rooms, there is the moderator can transform anybody from audience to the co-host, and any co-host can interact with any of the audience. So these are the features which the Zoom has added. But there is another more secure communication type is WebEx. That is, if you have got a strong Wi-Fi connection, you will get the best experience. If by chance your Wi-Fi is little weak or is not performing, you will not miss anything. Your webcam will be automatically turned off. And if you are having no Wi-Fi and very little mobile connection you are going to have, all your other features are going to be off. Your mobile phone audio will be only there. It means you will be able to at least listen. So these are the features which WebEx communication has added into this. So dear friends, if you are working in that area where internet is a problem, you can use this, and I will be also sharing various tools also. So what are the video tips for students with slow internet? Turn your camera off during video call. Call with your telephone should be off. Lower the video call resolution. Do recording or use the recording, and also record only audio. Use text instead of images, and create images in infographic. So the slow internet can work on that. And make web tutorials. Like I told you that this complete presentation is available on my website, means that is the sort of a web tutorial. Create documents, files offline that anybody can use it. Nowadays you must have seen, heard the word cloud. Cloud is the platform which is available, always 24/7 available. Your files are there. It doesn't need your presence. Once you have shared that in the cloud, anybody can download it and use it offline, and provide files to the user offline. Then if you have got no internet, remote learning kind of activities, it is you read and record, teach someone, start talking to each other, and then it is going to be through the audio system. Start passionate project. This is what we have been using in remote learning, and learn a skill. That is, please, if you don't have internet, you have offline features also available, like start practicing your word power and Excel. It is going to make you strengthen. And ask someone questions. You can even send the message. Message is an easy way when no internet is available, because you have got a smaller bandwidth which is free of cost, showing you that it doesn't need any internet. Then is recall what you have learned is going to be another thing. Reflect, exercise, and be still for that. Tips for visual meeting. That is kind of Google Meet or the Google Classroom. Scan an agenda to everyone before the meeting. We must know what we are going to go for. Then make one person the moderator, as today Dr. Ahmed is the moderator. One person takes the note. Maybe he is taking himself or he is taking assistance for somebody to make the notes. But since he is recording all this and later on he will be editing, means the note feature is already mentioned into that. Mute your mic if you are not speaking, please. But in our FCC, this provision is already commanded by our moderator. He can switch off the mics of everyone, which is not available in most of the other video conferencing tools. Chat to ask questions, like he has already said. If you have any query or question, kindly send it in chat. I'm not monitoring it, I'm not able to see it, but he is definitely monitoring that. Moderate the call to the people to unmute the microphone. Make a copy of the chat transcript. And if using video, look at the camera, not the screen. Many a times we look down. No, you have to have such a posture that you are looking at the camera. Then online ways to build students' relationship. It's very, very important nowadays. That is, your personality is your online teaching and is strength to you. Even sing, dance, do whatever it takes you to be yourself. Don't try to intimidate or be a formal kind of person with your students. Then build on what you learn about students before. When you were yourself student, how you learned, do share it with that. That will build a good relationship with your students. And let your students interact, show in your online class. When you are having online class, maybe a class of 100 people, then this is a very important tool which we use for our making a good relationship. When you can build a personal moment, sharing that how you actually did it when you did this kind of error, and you overcome that error, and this error is not going to be done by the student then. Be present for your students however possible, and then is make sure your video audio are very clear. Like Dr. Ahmed was asking all of you, that is audio and video okay, and you all have been mentioning that yes, it is going good. So then it is the live human element is the most important in that. What are the remote online learning tools? I gave a mention of Google Slides, which even I have been using. When I put this, my Microsoft PowerPoint presentation on my website, it has to be converted into the Google Slides. Otherwise, it is not going to have that kind of animation or things which I am going to share with you. These are the other tools which you can refer for the online learning, for social learning, and even for presentation slides, and easy to allow you to insert questions into your slides, and then you can answer drawings, making, and then instead of student answering individual question, you can make a group, which we used to give it an assignment to the group of people with this kind of tool. And the Chrome extension is a program which is with the Google, that it allows you to easily record and download whatever is being done. If by chance Dr. Ahmed internet connectivity goes off, somebody else can definitely download what the screen is saying. Even you, most of you, if you like a slide, what you do is you take out your mobile and click as a camera. But this particular Screencastify tool is free of cost, and you can use it for recording also. Other remote learning templates and tutorials, many are available. And if you go to the Google site, you find all of them, and I understand most of you are using it. And if you are not very comfortable, be in touch with Dr. Ahmed, and if you want, we can have even the hand holding on these kind of tools too. My presentation is only to make you a little aware of what kind of other technologies are available which we can use, and how is online learning assessed. It is a nature assignment, discussion activity, exams. But a big question which Dr. Ahmed asked me as a comment was that how do online instructions prevent cheating? Because the teacher is not there. As a teacher, this is a very, very valid question. Yes, but my dear friends, be careful. Whatever mobile, whatever internet you are using, whatever laptop or desktop you are using, they all have got the IP code. That is International Protocol Code. You can be assessed, and even you all know the satellites, that is the GPS. GPS can tell you where you are available, whether your GPS location is same, and if there is a case of cheating, definitely the proof is existing with the teacher or the institution. But most important part is whenever you are giving your assignment, cheating is for the exam. Like even today, if you have a quiz, you can shuffle your questions, you can shuffle the answers. So if you want to cheat, you will definitely ask what is the answer of the first question. The other person will say the third one. But my dear friend, the first question of yours is going to be different for the first question of the other person. So these are the various mechanisms in online learning where the cheating has been prevented. But online learning doesn't mean it is easier learning. It is not that easy too. You have to prepare your skills. And now online examination in Androids are there. Those who are working for going abroad or going to the other institutions, you are preparing for TOEFL or GRE. This is the online tool. The moment you finish your questions there, immediately you get the course contents, that what you have done and how much score you have got. Then the question comes, are they recognizable? The institutions are fully accredited institutions. Those who are doing online education, they are accredited by various authorities, and that depends upon country to country, on the institution, and the institution is public or private. Institution's official title is a university, school, academy, etc. Like I as a freelancer cannot go for teaching with these kind of things, but now all these features have been added into various video conferencing tools with the international protocol permission that we can issue the certificates of your participation or your score depending upon your evaluation and the type of program the institution is offering. Are you offering an online degree? Are you offering an online certificate or simple skill level? This certificate is issued. That depends on your qualification, and primarily online is generally considered as a distance education learning kind of tools which is embedded that you have learned in addition to your present degree programs. Then the students considering online study should not be deterred by old-fashioned idea about real degree only being awarded by campus-based institutions. No, my dear friends, nowadays online degree programs are also available. For that, you go to education.com and you will find top 10 popular online degree, bachelor degrees are there. Get your undergrad at your own place. Various international organizations are giving the online bachelor's degree. So it is not only that you have to study in the institution personally, and most important, Google free online classes. Can you please see 126 free Google courses online are available with free certificate which is acceptable in most of the international organizations as per your score. And they have introduced about 6 months to complete. You don't have previous experience. It is entry level or a grant, even a scholarship for doing it. And there are special packages for the veteran and military families, for educators, and also for small businessmen and job seeker students. So dear, this is a change. In next 5 years, the education delivery system will change more than it has in last 30 years. New emerging technologies will completely change the education landscape. Institution transformation requires running of business, a lot of institutions, the money, and delivery of teaching, learning, and research. Examining process is also going to change, and our policies are also going to change. Now, if you want to have K-12 education, these are the already existing websites or the apps where you can do. If you want to prepare yourself, test preparation apps are there. Online learning, if you want to do, you can do it with this. If you want to learn your coding, language learning is there. If you want to go for finance kind of learning, network kind of this, and even technical learning, all these tools are now available. Then what is our future? My dear friends, future is this. That is called as VR. That is virtual reality. Because many of the teachers have been discussing that actually the feel is not there. But now, my dear friends, with this VR education tools, this feel component has been taken care of. And the next is with the visual reality. That is VR education tool is use of hologram. That you don't need a screen to doing it. It is right on the medium itself. You find that the things float. Like in various movies, you find that people is doing like this right on the medium or in the air. That is called as hologram. I tried to not to use videos because we tested with Dr. Ahmed. It was not going fine. But my dear friends, I could not resist sharing this video with you so that you can find that what is the future. Dissect a human heart with this 3D laptop. This is Z-Space laptops. The world's first visual and augmented reality laptop. That's transforming learning. Designing especially for the classrooms. Students use a pair of polarized glasses. Students with tiny reflectors and this laptop that transform the item into 3D objects and track the user's movement, so the orientation of the 3D objects which looks correct from every angle. The mouse allows students to pick up and move items, fostering a fully immersed experience with a detailed simulations that allow students to explore the human body, like the medical students who are working here. Even the engineers, car and planes, etc., they can have this activity right done on their laptop. And animals. This is the future of our learning, which has got not only the visual tools, but even how we can understand, have the feel of it. This is going to be sort of my last slide. That is, the applied technology explodes to bridge the digital and physical. There is a huge opportunity to use any or every tool out there to support innovation initiatives in every field and truly transform our future world for the better. Successfully leveraging these opportunities require intelligence. And since all of you are teachers and students, I know you are intelligent. Are we ready for the change? Because we have to say, are we or we are not. If you are not, you are outdated, going to be off very soon. And I know most of you are going to say yes. My dear friends, if you need, we can work out a hands holding and how this technology actually work as an exercise. If you all feel that we are ready, then take your mobiles out and scan the QR code of the screen. Kindly scan, take out your mobiles please, because we are going to have online exercise now. But till the time you do scanning on your mobile, I request Dr. Ahmed to send the link on the chat so that those people who are working on laptops or on the desktops, they can use that link to come forward and be part of the online exercise. But for doing all these kind of online e-learning activity and as a teacher and a student, my dear friends, these 2 P are the most important. What are those 2 P? One is passion, that you have a passion to learn, and then is patience to learn. You have to have a little patience. I have no degree in IT, but I have, with my little more patience, I have been able to find out how to do it, and we were able to do it. So I think most of you have right online, and if you have clicked that link, we will be going to this part. That is online education and e-learning tool and technique, quiz and feedback. My dear friends, you must be having this. If you are on your mobiles, kindly rotate this mobile from this position to this position so that you can have a complete. That is from portrait to landscape mode. If you have done, the first thing is you have to enter your email. Enter your email, then enter your name. Then you are participating in this webinar as what? Like if I give my email here, my name is Atul. And then you have to choose whether you are participating as a teacher or as a student or other, like I am not neither a teacher nor a student, and it is others. Then you have to click the next. I hope all of you have done it. Then it is a feedback section. In this feedback, it is already written. Kindly click any of these, whether you can rate this presentation from very poor to the excellent, any of this, and then your level of skill knowledge, and level of skill knowledge at the end of presentation. When you started, what was your knowledge, and is any addition done, and contribution to the presentation to your skill and knowledge. Then presentation content and organization of the content and planning, how the presentation covered the need of your need, and presentation organized, allows you to participate like it has been already allowed with the chat, and we will be interacting more, and any suggestion. Then click next. In the next, because I'm not going to fill this myself, so, or I can just try for you with a middle level answer to each one of that. It is not that it is naturally you have to follow this. It is your own question reply which is going to be more important. It has to be a small answer, please. And then you click next, you go to the participant assessment and quiz, whether it is in English language or Arabic language, if it is already in your mobile or it is done. But you can even click most of them, because we have tried to not to come into this level, but the answers are there. You can just click it, give the answers. I'll give a little pause. There are only 10 questions which you have to answer, and then please submit it. Like this kind of tool you can use for your assessment of your students and submitting of assignments, and even the time frame can also be put into that. If I would have given it only 5 minutes, after 5 minutes this complete exercise would have automatically closed. The moment you submit it, your email, you will get an auto notification on your email. I understand most of you must have finished by now. If not, I will still take a little time more so that you can easily do it. There can be few friends like me who are little slow in answering, and I don't want to disturb you too. Because whatever you are going to do, my dear friends, it's going to give you what? E-participation certificate, which can be sent to you on your email after discussion with the webinar organizer. I have to discuss all your feedbacks with Dr. Ahmed, and if he approves of it, we will send it to all these participants. Or if you really want it, put it in your any remarks that you really want your score to be sent as a certificate. This is the certificate which you are going to get online with using this, with your attending this participation in the online teaching and e-learning tool and technique exercise, and will be issued online to all of you. I think I am very much within the time, and so my dear friends, feel free to contact or scan this to go to the site, or write me or call me at any time. Thank you very much. So I switch on to Dr. Ahmed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Atul, for your inspiring talk, and it really was rich with updated and practical tips and tools which are very helpful. I think all the participants, they have gained a lot from your talk, and it will enhance their knowledge and experience with digital learning. So thank you very much, Professor Atul.
The pleasure is mine, Dr. Ahmed.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I think now I have shared to you previously the link for the online quiz, and now I will share with you the registration link and the certificate link. So you will have two certificates. This one will be an instant one, and you will get it immediately to your email, and you will get the other one later. So I will be sharing now the registration form and certificate link. أساتذتنا الأفاضل، الآن راح أشارك رابط الحضور، وحيكون عندكم مجال 5 دقائق إنه تسجلون بها وتحصلون على شهادة فورية.